Hey, everybody, and welcome to Innovation Women Public Speaking 101. My name is Bobby Carlton. I'm the founder of Innovation Women, and I am here today with Emily Bradley. Say hello.
Everyone, I've been working with Innovation Women for about 4 years, and if you have any questions while we are going through today's presentation, feel free to reach out with any questions. And then we have Alyssa Ventura here. Oh,
Oh,
well, maybe she wanted to just listen in. But any questions, feel free to add them into the Q&A.
all righty.
And we can
And
get
I'm,
started.
yep, and we're going to get started, and I'm going to share my screen. And welcome again. Today, we are going to be talking about getting started with public speaking. And I always start with a question like this: why are you here? Why are you here today? Why are you interested in public speaking? For a lot of people, they tell us that their why for speaking is they want to share a message. Maybe it's something where they want to support their career goals. Maybe they're building a business and they recognize that public speaking will help them build a business. And then, always my favorite, somebody else sent me, my friend, my cousin, my boss, somebody said, hey, you need to get into public speaking. So that is why people are often here. It can also be that as certain groups, we are feeling underrepresented when it comes to public speaking. This information from a company called Bizibo from few years back, not much has changed in the world of public speaking. Two-thirds of all conference speakers are men, and that leaves women and other underrepresented groups out of a lot of business and career opportunities. Um, Hi, as I mentioned earlier, my name is Bobby Carlton. I'm the founder of Innovation Women. My day job is running a PR and marketing firm. For many years, I ran an event in the Boston market called Innovation Nights, which meant I got invited to a lot of events where I noticed that there were very few women on those stages. That's why I started Innovation Women. This is a mission driven company. And I'm not just the founder, I'm also a speaker myself. I've done a TEDx and I've spoken at some fun places like the United Nations. Um, 2020, I actually purchased two additional companies: My Speaker Leads, which is a research service for professional speakers, and Lioness Magazine for the female entrepreneur. It is a magazine that is devoted to female entrepreneurship. So, all of those different companies, all of those different things that I do, I consider today I have one job, and that is to get all of you to say yes to public speaking. And with all of the different things that I do, very focused on marketing and speaking opportunities, all of these things really do end up coming down to one thing: that when you are speaking, you are driving visibility, and that visibility can drive career and business opportunities. We call them the 5 C's of public speaking. We're talking about the speaking benefits. Number one, you get a chance to demonstrate your competence, telling people what you know and what you're an expert in. Number two, confidence. This one's interesting because a lot of people talk to me about public speaking, and what they say is, I'm going to build up my confidence and then I'm going to get started with public speaking. No, no, no. Public speaking actually helps build your confidence. So the more speaking you do, the more confident you become. Number three, connections. When we are speaking, right now, I'm speaking to a room full of people, a virtual room. You're speaking to a particular group, but the connections don't stop there. When you are speaking, you are making so many more connections than you might even realize. You're making connections before you even start speaking. because as a speaker at a conference or an event, you are the content that they are using to market their event. What do? They announce the keynote speakers first. They have programs, they have websites, all highlighting the speakers. That means you. And if you are getting started with public speaking and you realize that you get on stage and you're talking to a room full of people, you're not just talking to that room, you're talking to all of their connections as well. I could say something particularly brilliant here today, and you could tell someone about me and my company and what it is I do. So it's those second degree connections that happen through public speaking as well. The next one is credibility. When you are on stage, you are the expert. You are on stage, you are elevated above the audience. You are being seen as someone who is a thought leader. You are seen as someone who is an expert. You have been especially vetted. You know more than anybody who's just sitting in the audience. And everybody's favorite, cold hard cash. Yes, you might indeed get paid for public speaking, although we always caution people, don't believe all of the hype about making millions of dollars as a public speaker. That takes a lot of time, and even world-class speakers usually make more money through other things than just the public speaking. But there is a direct correlation between ease and comfort with public speaking and higher salaries, funding for your business, all kinds of reasons that come down to you getting paid more because you are a public speaker. But getting paid for speaking is a question we get asked a lot, and a lot of the information that we have in the Innovation Women Green Room and in our Speaker Friend Friday sessions is getting paid for public speaking related. All right, all of those reasons, that sounds great. Let's look at where the opportunities are. There are so many opportunities. We call it the speaker's paradise. There are 50,000 individual TEDx talks and more than 13,000 individual TEDx events. Last year, Eventbrite sold tickets to more than 5 million events. Every month, there are more than 300,000 meetups, to say nothing of the 92,000 professional and business organizations that are looking for speakers. Meetups are a great example. You know, a lot of people look at those and say, oh, those are small local events, but 40% of them bring in speakers. So they are a great way to connect with very specific audiences. Right now, we have more than 800 events that are actively seeking speakers on our platform in our database. So huge number of opportunities for you if you're interested in public speaking. I want to talk to you a little bit about the basics of finding speaking opportunities. The basic currency in public speaking is the call for speakers. And that is one of the things that we actually utilize inside Innovation Women. We help connect you with those opportunities through our database. So, all right, this is where Innovation Women can help. And one of the things we promise as part of this is that we will walk you through the Innovation Women platform and show you how we help people get speaking opportunities and how we help you get better set up to be a speaker. And I'm just going to stop sharing for a moment. I see a question, Emily. We already have a question.
People were putting where they were coming in from.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, excellent. All right. So I'm going to actually stop with the slides and bring over Innovation Women. And I'm going to share my screen for Innovation Women. So Innovation Women, again, we are a mission-based company. We are designed to get underrepresented voices on stage. We are really very committed to this from a mission point of view. That's one of the reasons that you will find lots and lots of resources on the Innovation Women platform. So we have this whole section here of resources. We have articles, we have tutorials. We even have our own little bookstore. There's a huge overlap between authorship and speaking. And we understand that a lot of authors get into speaking to promote their events, and a lot of speakers become authors to help step up to the next level. Two different groups of people joined Innovation Women. On one side, it's the subject matter experts and the speakers or people who are interested in speaking. And on the other side, it's the what we generically call event managers. Event managers can be working on big conferences, small local events. They can be representing colleges and universities, corporations. They could also be podcasters looking for guests. They can be journalists looking for subject matter experts. So lots of different people fall into that category, and they are coming into the Innovation Women platform in order to connect with you, our speakers and our subject matter experts. So I'm going to log in and I'm going to show you a little bit about the Innovation Women platform. As a speaker, all of our speakers have their own profile, and the act of filling out this profile is designed to help you see yourself as a speaker. We walk you through the steps. We allow you to think about yourself as a speaker and to upload your information so that event managers see you as a speaker. So, on an Innovation Women profile, each of our speakers have a biography. We ask them about their passions, the topics that they speak on. We ask them to upload a video of themselves speaking. I will tell you, if you do not have a video of yourself speaking, don't worry, we've got you covered, and I'll show you later on what that means. Our speakers also are asked about their stories. Often speaking is related to storytelling. We ask them information about whether they're willing to travel and how they get compensated for their public speaking. And then we have down here example talks. These are talks that you've given or talks that you want to give. We're looking for a title and an abstract. And these are the type of things that event managers look at so they understand the kind of presentations that you give. We also connect to all of your social media. That's an important part of your visibility. And we ask you to upload what's called a speaker one sheet. This is mine. This is the one place where there's all kinds of information about me as a speaker, and an event manager can download this and take it into a meeting or take it to their boss if they're looking to bring me in as a speaker. And again, if you don't have a speaker one sheet, we will help you. We have an educational module that includes a video talking to you about all the considerations and how you create a speaker one sheet. We even have an article about it and templates all put together into one nice, neat package to help you create this very basic tool as a speaker. Now, as a speaker, I am looking for speaking opportunities. This is our database of opportunities. So right now we have hundreds, literally hundreds of conferences and events that are looking for speakers that have open opportunities. And this is terrific. I mean, you can search this by topic, by industry, even whether it's in person or online opportunities, and even like where you're located. Emily and I are in the Boston area. So I'm just going to go in and search on Boston, and I'm going to look regionally. So I'll see what the opportunities are near me. And I'm only going to look for new opportunities, things that have been recently uploaded. Now, maybe I want to filter that a little bit more. I don't want to go through all of these. And a lot of times I look for events that are targeting women because that is my target audience. And we're going to narrow that down a little bit more. So right now I've got two opportunities. One is a security meetup. Remember earlier I told you there are more than 300,000 meetups that happen every month. So let's click on that and see what it is. Now, admittedly, I am not a network security person. This might not be a fit for me, but we've got a little bit of information about this organization and a button that allows us to click on it and go and visit and see what they are looking for. So it says, oh, we love our marketing and sales team, but they've got a no presentations being built around a specific product or market. So maybe not a fit for me as a marketing person. So what I can do is I can click on this and say, nope, that one is not relevant for me. And I can go back to the details here. GAI. So this one is generative AI world. This will be in the Boston market later on this year. And I can go and apply as a speaker at this event. That sounds like a great one to me. All of this information here that I would fill in and see if I can be selected as a speaker for that event. Once I do that, I can either save this for later or I can click on applied and I can go to my dashboard and I can see the opportunities that I have added to my dashboard. This keeps you organized. This is a great tool if you are looking to organize how you are applying for speaking opportunities. And you'll also notice that up here at the top, I have matches. Right now, I have 96 matches that I haven't looked at yet. I got to get cracking. These matches are based on the industry that I have selected on my profile and the keywords that I have selected on my profile. So these selections make it easy. I don't have to go into that big, huge database every single week and see what's new. This system will deliver these matches to me so I can make it easy on myself. All right. And as I get opportunities, they will get added. I'll select that I am speaking at these events, and then I can add them to my profile. So this is a listing of my recent speaking engagements. Now, if you're an event manager, this is where you're going to go. This is the view that an event manager has. And this allows them to go in and search for the perfect speaker for their event. They can go in and select by topic, or keyword. They can choose from 190 industries that we cover, or they can select by location. And if they know the speaker they're looking for, they can go in and search by name. Title is another option for the event managers. This is great if they are putting together a panel. Maybe they're putting together a panel of chief marketing officers or CEOs or founders. And then these next two sections are for the colleges and universities. They just love bringing in their own alumni. All right. And if they don't find what they need, or if they're looking for a group of speakers, we encourage them to add a call for speakers to our database. Our database gets calls for speakers a number of different ways. We have our own research team. We have the event managers putting in their own calls for speakers. And I will say there is a group of calls for speakers that come in from a third group, which is people who go to an event, they look on stage, they don't see underrepresented groups up on that stage, and they send that information to us. I probably get an email every day or two with somebody saying, this organization needs your help. As an event manager, I can also create a list of speakers by starring them, and that allows me to create a list so I can have a different person every month, or maybe I'm looking for a whole bunch of speakers for an event. I actually use the Innovation Women event manager capabilities myself. I actually am the conference chair for the Forbes Business Council Public Speaking Group, and I go into Innovation Women and I select speakers from our applications as well. So I can click on this, and this is the event that I put onto our own database, and you'll see that I have a confirmed speaker here. So it just makes it very easy as an event manager or as a speaker if I can connect with other speakers. And speaking of connecting with other speakers, Innovation Women has an amazing speaker community. We always tell our members that we go farther together. And that means that you need a group of speaker friends, people who will give you feedback, who will tell you about their experience. So we have our own online community. This is the Innovation Women Network. And this community allows our speakers to connect with each other. They can introduce themselves in our say hello area. They can ask and answer each other's questions, and they can also network. One of the things we love seeing is lately a lot of our speakers have been getting together in person. And so if you're traveling to someplace, you can say, "Hey, I'm coming to your city. Let's get together." We do have about 3,000 speakers on the platform, and it's just great to see them connecting and working together. So in this particular case, somebody's looking for podcasting opportunities. We have an area where people are discussing different issues, posting their promotions, a little bit of bragging. We encourage that. And also our speaker events calendar. So this is a public event that we're doing right now, but we also have Speaker Friend Fridays. We have bi-weekly knowledge sessions where we are available to give feedback on the Innovation Women profiles, to help people with their speaking challenges, to give them feedback. Recently, we helped one speaker as she was negotiating a speaking engagement, and she came into the knowledge session and said, "Help me out. What do people think about this?" So lots of different opportunities to connect with the community. We also have a massive amount of information and educational materials that are available to our members. We call it the green room. The green room is where people go and relax and get ready to go on stage. For us, the green room is where all of our speakers get ready to go on stage. So makes perfect sense. We've got our beginner's corner here. This is where our orientation and welcome webinars are, but also information about getting started. Remember earlier I said if you don't have a speaker video, we help you with that. We have a partnership with a company called Answer Stage, and this allows you to create a video of yourself and make sure that you have a video on your profile. But we have resource sheets. We have, remember earlier again, speaker one sheets. We have this as an educational module. So this is how you create one. You'll notice here we've got all the different elements. We have articles here, and down here at the bottom, we have templates. So this is just making sure that all of our speakers have all of the speaker tools that they need. All right. How we doing? Any questions? Anything that people are interested in? Drop that information into the Q&A. Makes it easy for us to organize things. And one of the things that I want to do is make sure that everybody here understands that you are welcome to join Speaker Friend Fridays. These events are amazing. It's the best thing I do all week. It's a great way to connect with other speakers and event managers. You can come in, you can ask any questions. People introduce themselves. They have an opportunity to ask and answer questions. And near the end, we do breakout rooms. Just a terrific part of everybody's week. Any given week, we can have between 50 and 100 people, depending on what the topics are. And we cover a broad range of topics. You'll see some of these topics here. We record them. We have the AI generated summary, and we have the chat with all of the resources that are mentioned. So these are available to our members so they can go back in at any time and say, hey, last week we had a conversation about creating a professional speaker sizzle reel. And that actually made it so that we put a new resource sheet into the green room. So we created one called Speaker Sizzle Reel Ingredients. And this is frankly answering questions that people had during Speaker Friend Friday. And this is a checklist for all of our members on how to create a sizzle reel. So great information here. And some of this came out of the expertise of our team, and some of it came from people who were in Speaker Friend Fridays. So, all right, I'm going to stop sharing the screen. Looks like there's a couple of questions popping up.
Yes, Danielle, I want to make sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. She's looking for someone to help with her Instagram presence to make it more exciting. Do we have that expertise as well? And what social platforms do you feel are best other than LinkedIn?
Okay. So, remember earlier I said I have a day job of running a marketing firm. So yes, we do that kind of thing. That would be through the marketing firm. Although we do supply marketing services to some of our speakers, that is a separate service that we offer. We are getting ready to roll out something very exciting. We're calling it Marketing Club, and that will be inside the Innovation Women community, but it will involve meetings, it will involve resources and templates that are available to the do-it-yourselfers, people who are not necessarily looking for somebody to do it for them, but we do have do it for them. If you're looking at the world of speaking and social media, I always point back to basic marketing is where are the people that you are targeting? And these days, a lot of it is on LinkedIn. We always recommend that people add speaker to their LinkedIn profile. You'll notice that the Innovation Women profiles include links out to social media. And we're seeing everything from Instagram and TikTok and Blue Sky. We have recently added Blue Sky to the list of Innovation Women's social media on the platform. And, it really does come down to what audience are you looking for? Are you looking for an audience that is deeply technical? Are you looking for an audience that's business oriented? So there's a lot there that you can do with the different social media. I have to admit, a lot of our social media folks, they're doing kind of multi-platform approach, and that is one of the things that we do as well. So, all right, next.
Anonymous is asking how much it costs to join.
Okay. We try to make Innovation Women incredibly affordable. You will find competitive things, I hate to say it, in the tens of thousands of dollars. But Innovation Women is $159 a year. And that is for the regular Innovation Women membership. If you are an author and you are looking for author support, that's inclusion in our bookstore, inclusion in your Innovation Women profile as an author. I'm actually going to go in just one moment here, and I'm going to show you what an Innovation Women author profile looks like. So we're just going to search on an author here. And what you'll see is that some people have little books on their profiles. That means that they are one of our authors. And we also have people who are authors and podcasters. We call this our content creator profiles. So let's check out Elizabeth. She has both. So her profile has her book on it, plus a link to buy it now, and her podcast, also listen now, as well as her regular Innovation Women profile. So it just looks awesome together. And this also allows her to have this link and to have on the Innovation Women bookstore. So we have our own bookstore, and I'm not out there sending out books. We connect these to Amazon or bookshop.org so they can be purchased directly through that. So we're not taking books and shipping them out on our own. I answered that question or all of it.
Yes. And Jennifer is wondering how she can get her book to us, and should she create a separate Instagram page for her speaker information, or should she combine it with her business page?
You know, it's interesting. I always tell people it depends. It depends on how much energy you have to support two of you, and also how integrated your speaker life is with the other things that you do. You know, for example, if you work for somebody else and your speaking is something that you do that is not related to your day job, you probably will want to have an entirely separate online profile for your speaking life. If you are doing it as a funnel, as a marketing opportunity for your coaching, for your consulting business, you probably want to integrate that speaking profile and that speaking you into the other things that you do. So a lot depends on what you're trying to do with that. And how do you get your book to us? I am going to share my screen again, and we're going to go into the Innovation Women platform. I'm going to click on my speaker profile. And one of the things that we do at Innovation Women is we promote everything that our speakers do. So we actually have a button on every single profile page. This is for the speakers. And we say it's the promote yourself button. So selecting an option, you're either going to be promoting a speaking engagement, an award, a book or publication, media coverage, or podcast guesting. And so I'm going to click on book or publication. And this is where you submit it to the bookstore as well. So we've got our book or publication. You're going to put your title in and it says Amazon link, but really we can take a bookshop.org or any other direct sales link for your book. That submits it, gets it into the queue for promotion, but it also gets it added to the bookstore. All right. Other questions?
Okay.
Barbara.
Yes. So Mara is wondering what would be better, to have a sizzle speaking reel or 2 minutes of a bigger event. And she says, I can't get my reel to fill the whole space like yours is.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So in general, the videos that are on the Innovation Women profiles are just links to either YouTube or Vimeo. So maybe you're using a link to something else. I'm not sure. My Innovation Women speaker profile video right now is when I did a feature interview with Katie Couric Media for Professional Public Speakers Day. I'm putting that up instead of an answer stage video or my TEDx, just because I'm trying not to compete with our own speakers for speaking opportunities, but I still want to show off and talk about the speaking that I do. So we'll have to take a look at how that's filling that up for you and see if maybe it's some other video service.
She
So,
says She used Vimeo.
Hmm.
So,
Okay. Mine is
yeah.
YouTube, so maybe that's the difference.
Mm.
And it could also be what the thumbnail looks like on Vimeo and or YouTube. So I might test out using YouTube instead because it'll fill it up maybe a little bit better. My profile is just like everybody else's. Did I
Hey,
answer all that question?
yes, I think that is set. Um, do we want to talk a little bit about like the diversity of industries and where our speakers are located?
Sure. We have speakers all over the world. Actually, kind of funny story. Right now, I'm dealing with an event manager from South Africa who is looking for speakers. So I will absolutely say that we have speakers just about everywhere and event managers from everywhere. That particular event manager is looking for like 8 different speakers. Like, got a big shopping list for us. We were just talking the other night with somebody from Australia. So we do have speakers all over the place, although I will say we are strongest in North America. We do have speaking engagements all over the world as well. We cover 190 industries. Big industries include cybersecurity, marketing. We have a big health and wellness group. So incredibly diverse in terms of those different opportunities, titles, and industries. And we also have speakers at all levels. We have speakers who are just getting started who may have never yet stepped on stage. And we have speakers who are professionals who earn their living as speakers and kind of every space along the continuum. I really love it when people join us as they are just getting started. And by the way, just getting started doesn't mean necessarily that you're early in your career. It could mean that you are a relatively senior person and you just haven't done the work to get on stage yet. Those are great opportunities for people. So I've talked to a couple of people who are vice presidents at big tech companies or big firms, and they're like, I've never really done this before. And I'm like, well, great time to put all of that wealth of expertise to work for you and get up to the senior vice president job. So and I would just want to like kind of do a little bit of a recap here. As I said, like Innovation Women can help. We can help people as they are getting started with public speaking. We can help them learn more. If it, we have people who've been speaking for years who have come to Speaker Friend Fridays who have said, "Oh my gosh, I got all these like great little tips and tricks that now I can use." Whoops, we'll go back there. Uh, hello, go back. There we go. If you're an author, if you're a podcaster, great opportunity to get your book or your podcast featured. And also, maybe you want to contribute to Lioness Magazine, or maybe you would like your book of the to be the book of the week, or your podcast to be the podcast of the week. And we're providing that structure that you need as you are starting to think about yourself as a speaker. We're providing all the speaker tools. So as you are filling in your Innovation Women profile, as you're creating that answer stage video, and you're creating your speaker one sheet, like all of that information, all of that direction and structure is there for you in the Innovation Women platform. And we also help people find and connect with experts and speakers. So this is the place to do that. And we make it incredibly easy for both event managers and maybe you're a speaker and you're on a panel and you want to be sitting next to another amazing speaker from your own little community. You can come in and find people that you can go and like maybe even apply for a panel at a conference. And we also have this incredible supportive community. All of these things are available to you at that very, very reasonable price. And I will also say that we are giving everybody who joined us today a code that if you join us today, you can get $50 off your Innovation Women membership for the first year. So I want you to use all capital letters, all one word, April 50. And if you sign up today, that'll be $50 off your first year. So it just makes it so affordable. We are looking to bring people in so that anytime an event manager has a need for a speaker, they don't have to keep going back to the same old, same old. They can find new speakers. They can find new speakers who just happen to be women and who are awesome. And this will help them as well as helping you get visibility. So I hope you'll join us. And even if you're not interested yet in joining, I hope you learned something about the structure and what goes into getting started as thinking about yourself as a speaker. Feel free to join us at Speaker Friend Fridays too. These are open to anybody. And just thinking about yourself as a speaker is a great place to start. So thanks for everybody for joining us today. And let's see here. What if you were a member last year? Does the code still apply? It does not, but Sandra, talk to us and we'll help you out. Send us an email. So, and we'll take care of you. Okay. Love to have you back. All right, folks. There's no more questions. Whatever you do, get out there, get speaking. We need to hear from everybody. And we need to see more women on those stage and getting visible as leaders and experts. So thanks, everybody. Take care.